Alright, what's up guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss show, and in today's episode, I wanted to talk on overall. I'm trying to think, cause this morning when I streamed, I don't think I had used my headset. I honestly don't remember if I used my headset or not. That's weird. That's weird. I don't know why that just randomly crossed my mind. But anyways, that's not what I'm going to be talking about. I'm not going to be talking about my headset usage this morning. No, I will be talking on because I feel like that it's a question that's thought about. Like it's been asked. It's been something that I don't really need to think on an answer for it. Like I'm going back and forth between yes or no. Like no, bruh. But overall the question is, would I ever work with my haters? Now I think I said overall, would I ever, squash the beef? And I'm like, my thing is the beef has been, it hasn't been, sat down and discussed. And I'm like, I don't care for sitting down and discussing it. I'm like, especially when I wasn't even the causing of the beef and stuff. Like, what? I made reaction videos. That's the reason. That's what you guys call causing a beef. I'm like, fam. Then every content creator out there then should apologize for the content that they want to get into, because that to me just doesn't even make any sense. So me personally, I feel like that there's nothing that I have to apologize for, absolutely nothing. All right. But the thing is that I know it's probably been talked on, would I ever work with someone? Because I remember when that whole situation between me and Just a Robot went down back in 2016. That was one of the things that was crossing my mind. Why does he care so much about who I'm beefing with? Because I'm all right. So for those that don't know of that night, and I still remember that night it just happened. But so anyways, I was pretty much finishing up a beef that I had with another content creator. I'm pretty sure some of you guys may remember me bringing up the name Minnesota Boy. So Minnesota Boy, it wouldn't even have mattered if I were to say or do something crazy. He has set himself up for failure when he decided to make a video about why he hates white people and stuff. So me and him kind of got into it because I say he was wrong. I was yes, I understand, you don't like the racism that happens towards black people, but I'm fighting racism with racism, that's not gonna work, sir. So, but yeah, it ended up leading into a pretty much a year-long beef. So, because it started, me and Minnesota Boy, we got into it in October 2015. And then the beef didn't die off until December 2016. So a year and some months. But so anyways, December 2016. I hadn't heard from Minnesota Boy since then. Because I remember me and him, we were going at it. It seemed every day at one point, right? So I hadn't heard from him, I think, in a year. I think the beef, because I remember when we initially had got into it, the beef had kind of died off in probably in November, December and stuff. It was there was nothing else to be said, there was nothing else to be done. So a year passed by, I don't hear absolutely anything from Minnesota Boy. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, a fan of his has started coming after me. So I'm I don't know what this guy's deal is. I'm he out here looking freaking Carl's Winslow, the dad from Family Matters. And I'm bro, you need to freaking get rid of that leather jacket rather than trying to worry about getting rid of me on the internet and stuff. I'm all you need is just to slap on a mustache and then have Steve Urkel. I'm bro, I will even play as Steve Urkel for you. I'm saying, but anyways, so this random, Minnesota Boy fan, he started coming after me. He started attacking my videos and my channel and stuff. So I was I don't know what this dude's deal is. And then once I seen that he was cool with Minnesota Boy, I'm makes sense. So I remember the one thing that they were trying to spread was that I was adopted. And I'm there's nothing wrong with being adopted. I'm there's kids literally being adopted every single day. So I don't get they're one of my closest friends. She's adopted. I don't think nobody has looked at her and been oh, we gotta throw rocks at her for being adopted and stuff. Why does that even matter? Okay, so let's say if I am adopted, I'm does it really matter? Honestly though, when I sit down and think about it, I'm it could have been a situation where I could have been switched at birth and stuff. So does that really count as adoption though? I'm gonna have to like figure that one out, because like I wasn't adopted, like I didn't go through a process of being adopted, but at the same time, like I technically had like other caregivers besides my parents. So, but are they my parents? I'm confused by that. We're gonna cross that bridge when we need to cross that bridge. But anyway, so no, they were trying to start up this rumor saying I was adopted, and I shut that down because I was like, I'm pretty sure I know both of my parents. I'm pretty sure I take after them, like, because there's things that they do that they're into that's like, and then, no, this is even more so of a reason why, or how I know I'm not adopted. You know, I guess to, like, really, like, shut all this stuff down. I don't know how many times people have said that I look just like my dad. Like, numerous times, bruh. And then it's like, I think, honestly, I'm a combination between both my mom and my dad. Like, I have features of both of my parents. But, no, I remember when my mom, she said that it was either I had looked like or reminded her of her grandfather. I've never met her, my great-grandfather and stuff. But, like, because he passed away, like, long before I was born, so. But, no, like, overall, I'm saying it's, you know, there's similarities, there's features, there's things that overall proves that the family that I'm a part of, we share the same bloodline and stuff. Like, I highly doubt that I would be adopted, and if I was, I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'll try to find my real parents, but I'm still going to consider those that took care of me, my parents and stuff. I'm like, you guys took care of me. I'm like, nah, I expect some, like, sort of, you know, payment for the times y'all have whooped me and stuff, but other than that, like, you know, nah, I think for the most part, it wouldn't have mattered and stuff, so. But then, Just a Robot, he decided that he wanted to add his 2 cents into the situation for whatever reason. I don't know. But it seemed like he kind of was hinting to the fact that he wanted me to, like, work with him, for him, whatever. But it was like, no, bruh, I ain't got nothing to do with you. Like, you in your own little world, I'm in my own little world. Having them worlds collide, it's not going to be good. I'm like, it's not going to be good for us, people that you want to make videos about. Because honestly, I'm like, and then this is another reason why I think he wanted me to, like, work with him on some videos, is because he was also talking about Minnesota Boy. So my thing is this: you are beefing with somebody, or you're trying to beef with somebody, and the crazy thing about it, it's like Minnesota Boy didn't even know who he was. Like, honestly, I feel like if I were to have a conversation with Minnesota Boy, I would probably ask him, like, do you know who Just a Robot is? Because no, Just a Robot, he literally goes after people. Like, there's no reason for it, but he that's what he does. So I'm saying, like, it wasn't like his name was summoned when me and Minnesota Boy was having a conversation. It's like, bro, nobody was even talking to you, so why are you even here? But anyways, no, overall, like, I that's what I truly think. So, like, you know, years later, has anything changed? And I'm like, no, I still wouldn't work with those guys. I don't want to do nothing with those guys, because the thing is that what they don't realize is that. And, you know, even though I had settled with it, you know, like, I had lived with it, I still was doing my thing regardless of what was being said or done to my channels. They had put me through hell, bro. Like, honestly, the amount of times I had to, like, go and freaking explain stuff to people, like, having to go to work and explain to people, like, oh, this is why I get this hate. And then eventually it just kind of, you know, turned into a laughing matter. And I'm like, you know, yeah, overall it always had been stupid, but now it's kind of like a funny stupid. Before it was kind of like an annoying stupid, but now it's like, now it's a funny stupid. It's something that I can laugh about, because I'm like, you guys seriously wasted your time thinking that, oh, we're going to just force him to quit. Let's just, you know, drop a bunch of hate across his channel and stuff. But like that also had happened, where it's like you guys was hating on my channel for like 4 years and stuff. It's like 4 years worth of videos that's just been like pushed further down in like the search bar and stuff, because you guys can't accept the fact that somebody is actually good at something and it's something that you're strongly against. So that's why I'm like, no, until you guys start having much more of a positive outcome when it comes to content creating, then I'm like, I don't ever see myself working with those guys. I mean, honestly, think about it. Look at what Just a Robot is going through right now, where he's having allegations being said about him. And I'm like, why is that? Why are you having allegations being said about you? Like, or people coming out and saying that you're talking to minors and crap? Like, why are people saying that? What did you do? Do you think that if you would have been a much more positive role model, do you think people would be going out of their way and saying that? You obviously pissed some people off. So, like, you can't go and be like, oh, well, I don't know why any of this stuff. Like, he acts so, like, just clueless to what's like, just like he's naive to like the stuff that be going on around him. And it's like, bro, I don't think you realize like you got the wrong people around you. Then that's another reason why I don't want to, that I would never do any form of content with those guys, is that it's like just the group, that environment. And I'm like, bro, that is not an environment. I would rather be alone my whole content creating career than to do one video with those guys. One video. I think if I were, it'll probably be like a debate or whatever and stuff, but like it would be along those lines where it's like, okay, there ain't no like, I can still be in my own little world, they can still be in their own little world, and we ain't ever gotta like, you know, cross over any other extra stuff. But yeah, it's just that community is just toxic, and I'm like, I overall don't want to be a part of that. You know, I know at times I can be toxic, but I feel like that it's usually provoked, like toxicness. Like, I'm not just going out of my way to be toxic towards people. No, it's like most of the time, I bit my tongue, but most of the time it's like, yeah, like not even most, all of the time. I'm like, I think when I was a kid, you know, I think I was start trouble, but other than that, I'm all like, I've grown now. I'm an adult. I don't see no reason for like starting trouble or freaking just, you know, just overall just being dumb on the internet. It's like, that's kid stuff, bro. So I would like to hope and think that at some point in time they realize that, but if not, then yeah, you know, they just gonna be going through some more stuff. And that's like another, I think I have to say, that's probably another reason why I wouldn't do no content with those guys, because it's like, yeah, look at the stuff that they're going through. You know, you have it where a lot of them disappear from content creating. You know, there's at times where there were like people that were making videos about me from that community. They're no longer here today. Why? Because they sat down, took a good look at what they were doing, and they was like, oh no, I don't want to be this type of person and stuff. So they moved on. They're probably happily in relationships. Freaking, they just ignored, like they are disappeared, gone. And I'm like, hey, shout out to those people. They actually, you know, took the time to realize like you ain't gonna go nowhere in life carrying on like that. I wish a lot of the people in that community would realize that, but they don't. But overall, it's like, yeah, all this stuff that they going through, it's just overall, you know, like I could come up, I can say everything that needs to be said about those guys. There will be no reason whatsoever on why I will have to do content with those guys. I don't care if I got desperate. I would, bro, I honestly, and I know people probably would laugh at this, but I'm like, I'm being dead serious. I would rather be a porn star than to ever work with those guys in life. I live by that, all right? So that's why I feel like when I cross that bridge, that's when y'all know that I've gotten desperate, but I'm not going to go do the very, very, very last thing that I will possibly do. Because, no, the reason why is, like, also I feel like is that I'll be letting down my fans. It's like, I feel like that with who I am as a content creator, like, I stand for something. People look up to me. People, you know, they watch my videos, join my streams, or they just overall see who I am as a person, and they feel motivated by that. So like that's why I honestly, you know, it's more like, you know, it's like it's for the fans. It's for the fans. Like I wouldn't want to, you know, for them to just look up one day and be all like, wow, like TMossBoss just really abandoned us so he could go do videos with those guys. Like, nah, bruh. It's like I wouldn't want my fans to think along those lines or even saying these stuff like that. So yeah, it's like there's not going to be anything. I guess like maybe that's probably why they were dropping hate across my channel for 4 years. It's because they probably thought like, oh, that would, you know, that'll get him to like finally work with us or do something with us. or accept whatever advice, because it was all like he wanted to like cut. I still remember it's like Just a Robot wanted to like cut some old dumb deal with me, and I'm all like, bruh, I ain't got no deals to make with you. It ain't like something is being held in jeopardy. Well, I guess overall, like, yeah, something was being held in jeopardy, my channel. And even then, like, even knowing now, or like knowing, why is this like, is my laptop? Oh, it's not even plugged in. I was like, I don't know why, but it's like the charger thing was like really hot. But even if I would have like known now, like, or knew back then what I know now, I still wouldn't have like worked with them. I still would have said no. I'm like, there's no reason for it. And the thing is, it's like I wouldn't want to. Okay, so like, let's say if I did, it ain't gonna be genuine. It ain't gonna be something that like I'm probably just gonna do it just to get views and subscribers and then move on. But then that's the thing though, where it's like that's gonna be coming from his channel. So, well, at the time being, like, I was bigger than him, so it wouldn't have been like it had been a whole lot of people and stuff. I don't know. Maybe he just had something in the works and he thought like, oh, maybe having him a part of it would like help benefit my channel. And it's like, I would rather still be stuck with the same amount of subscribers that I have today than to ever in life work with you. So I hope they all get that through their head. I'm not taking no deals. I'm not working with nobody. I'm not doing any of that extra stuff. Like I said, I would rather become a freaking OnlyFans model and live that life. I would rather live that life. Honestly, or, you know, jokes aside, I would quit content creating. Like, if it came down to it where I got so desperate and that was my only choice, I would, the next bit of content that I would post is my goodbye video. I would quit content creating if it ever had to come down to that point. And I know it will never come down to that point because I'm a smart content creator. I could come up with content, you know, just overall it's like rolling the dice on a lot of it, but I don't mind doing that. I don't mind making, like what, because how many videos have I made, like, in the, since all that stuff had went down? I made a lot, and I'll make that, the same amount all over again if I need to. So I'm like, I enjoy what I'm doing as a content creator. I'm like, there's no reason to not enjoy it, so. But anyways, and that being said, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening. If you're viewing this on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you're viewing this on a podcast streaming service, make sure you follow or subscribe, however it's set up. Make sure you subscribe to one of my 43 YouTube channels. Follow me on Twitter. I did use my headset this morning. Like, no, I was like, now thinking about it, I do remember, because I played this, like, new, like, Chernobyl Light game. And it's, like, about, like, the Chernobyl events, but it got, like, some weird stuff in it. But, no, I use my headset. I remember now. But, anyways, thank you guys for watching and listening. Viewing this on YouTube, like, subscribe. Viewing this on podcast streaming service, follow or subscribe, however it's set up. Make sure you subscribe to one of my 43 YouTube channels. Follow me on Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, and Instagram at TMossBoss. And make sure you follow my Facebook page at TMossBoss fan page. Also, if you're purchasing any tickets from SeatGeek, make sure you use my promo code TMossBoss. It will knock $20 off your first purchase. Thank you guys for watching and listening, and peace.